Hello, Odd Job Duo here, and on today's little version of Odd Job Duo Reviews the Cookbook, we've got a cookbook here by Christopher Kimball here, entitled Milk Street, right? Subtitled Tuesdays Nights. And this is a nice little hardbound book, pretty good size. Has like a little award looking thing there, Christopher Kimball. And, browsing through this, I've seen quite a few different little recipes here and there. And they use a lot of different kind of ingredients. Some that, I don't know, some people might have in their pantry, some may not. I believe you can find them in local stores nowadays. But I got a little get-together I'm doing tomorrow, so I'm going to make some something from this. And it's one that I've been kind of holding off for a while because I had ingredients. And then I think I found some other recipe to do the ingredients with, but I have the ingredients still to do something in here. And I'll show you here. Busted the side here, there's a little bit of damage of some sort here, maybe with the glue or something, who knows. Beautiful pictures, right, by Connie Miller. And so this has Christopher Kimball, M.J. Hirsch, Matthew Card, Michelle Locke, Jennifer Baldwino Cox, and the editors and cooks of Milk Street. So this is kind of his other show. As people might know him, he was on another show before. Who knows, maybe he has a few more shows he's done before. And he does, I think, food editing and a bunch of different things. You can definitely, search out his bio if you want to learn more about him. But I think, in general, from what I can see of him, he kind of, if he doesn't know something, he seems to, at least act like he knows, right? But he probably knows stuff. I see him throw together stuff on the cookstop. But this here, look at that. That's pretty beautiful too, right? That's not what I'm making though. So, table of contents. This is an interesting way to bust out this book. So, we got fast, faster, fastest, easy additions, super salads, pizza night, one pot, roast and simmer, and sweets. And that's the start of it. So fast here is page 1. Come in here, he has an introduction. And page 1. Now on the fast, it breaks down your recipes. So it's like beef soye, glazed salmon with chili basil sauce, kimchi bacon fried rice. I'm assuming that's after the kimchi's already been made, but basically para recipes, right? What we're going to do a recipe from is the very end here, sweets. And even though I'm not a big fan necessarily of needing pictures, the pictures are real nice in this book. They probably show you how it could look, or on the way to making it, But I think every recipe has some kind of a picture that goes with it. So, yeah. And I've looked through this book, like I said, a little bit. I've seen a lot of different recipes that I'd like to try at another time. This one here, we come back here to the sweets chapter. Even though I got it marked, let's see, 360 something, I think it was. And Tuesday nights, I think the theory behind this is that you get them from work, maybe you want something quick to make, quick to eat. But really, could be used for any work night of the week, unless they're going to produce other cookbooks for Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. But you could take longer to cook on Fridays, or maybe just go out. So, little something sweet. We got raspberry pistachio meringue with spiced whipped cream. We got a buckwheat apple pancake. We got a maple whiskey pudding cakes, sesame oat crumbles, chocolate tahini pudding. That's getting close. And let me just scroll on down to Benne Seeds, Benne Seeds Cookies, which I probably ask for a pronunciation of that pretty soon. Page 389. But the gist of them is Benne seeds are sesame seeds. So 378. Come on, bookmark what I put you in here. Nah. So they look like that in theory. Minus the gloss. And so, like I said, I'll just bust out, make this. And I'm going to actually make double the order just to see what it does. And this has, let's see, tahini paste, which is actually, I believe, sesame's crushed down into a paste themselves. So you talk a little bit here, a little note here on tahini paste, it looks like. And this is what you need. 80 grams or half a cup of white sesame seeds, 84 grams or half a cup of black sesame seeds. If you look at them both, you'll see that black sesame seeds, I believe, are smaller in general. And so that's why it probably takes more grams, but still the same half cup. Let's see, half a cup or 1 stick of salted butter, 130 grams, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, 60 grams or a quarter cup of tahini, 210 grams or 1 cup of turbinado sugar. I probably butchered that. And actually, I got to find that because I didn't have that here in the pantry. And then a quarter teaspoon of kosher salt and 1 large egg. So, I'll be busting this recipe into, I'll be doing this recipe into, like doubles. So I'll double the ingredients. So let me gather some stuff here and we'll get back at it, you know. Okay, so usually I like to, measure out stuff and show the ingredients off. But, no. Today we're doing it differently. I'll try to put some tips here as I go along. So first I want you to do is take your white and black sesame seeds and give them a little toast. And don't toast them separately because it's going to be hard to tell, you know, the black ones if they're toasted or not. These are actually roasted, so maybe they're going to be roasted and toasted extra. But since I'm doubling it, they want half a cup, so I'm using a whole cup of black sesame seeds, which to me seems like a huge amount. But these wafers, cookies, they're just peppered with them, so. Alright. Yep, and chances are I probably could have used a 24-inch skillet. But still, I'm going to have the black ones in there. And white sesame seeds, look like this here. I'll do a cup of that into the party. And these toast, they say for, that's good enough. Righto. So these here toast for 8 to 10 minutes. And I'm going to turn the heat on here. And you keep stirring them too. You don't want them to burn. I'm going to use me a silicone spatula type thing, if I can find it. Here we go. It's my favorite. One of these. Get a little wash off from being in this drawer. And a dry off. Because otherwise I'm sure these little seeds will stick to like crazy. And I'm ready to mix it up, you know. So many seeds. I'm going to turn up a little higher. And the point here is basically you watch the white sesame seeds. Like it says, you'll be able to see that maybe change some color. Not so much the black ones, but this is also a good way to mix them together. And try not to launch them into your stove because that will Make a nice nutty roasted smell eventually. Alright, so I'm going to stick a timer on this and kind of roast away. Okay, so it's been about 8 minutes or so, and maybe you can tell, maybe not, but I think it's a little bit golden brown. Black ones you can't really tell, but next I'm going to put this into a heat-resistant bowl without spilling them all over the place. So let's just see how this works here. And let them cool. Oh my goodness. They are fast to pour out, let me tell you. Reminds me of birdseed. Alright, let's try something a little bit different here. Don't worry, I'll take care of this and get right back. Okay, so more or less got it. Now I just say to basically take a paper towel and just kind of wipe this out, but don't worry about washing it. So I'm going to wipe out some of the dust here. And I'm going to add to it our, what we got going here? Our butter. And in this case here we got 2 sticks, a whole cup of butter. Now my stick's a little bit different here, but if I can get it here. Right, so that's my stick here, and so that's 2 sticks in there. Trust me, I measured it with a keen eye, and melt this here over medium. Over medium. Well, once again, it's going to take a little time, but it's going to get a little bit quicker if I, break off little bits of it without splattering. Or I could have always, cut this up before I put it in the pan. All right, it's doing fine. Go ahead and clean this knife off and put it back where I found it. Put the rest of the butter away. You guys watch that for me, will you? Because what we're doing with this thing here is I'm going to melt the butter, cook swirling the pan frequently until the milk solids at the bottom of the brown and butter has a nutty aroma. And this will take 1 to 3 minutes. Immediately pour into a medium heat-proof bowl and let it cool for 10 to 15 minutes. So we got this here. We got some milk solids in there. We're going to make them a little brown and nutty. Right, almost like a brown butter, I think, but not quite all the way to a brown butter. I should have read how much this makes. Okay, so a single serving of this recipe makes 30 cookies. So I should be getting 60 cookies out of this, and hopefully people like it. Hopefully I like it. Who knows? I just got an ocean of butter here melting. And I worry that when I pour it, I'm going to get the same results as I did with the sesame seeds. By the way, sesame seeds, they're also in the South called Benne. B-E-N-N-E. Unless I'm not pronouncing that right still, that is what I got from my linguistics friend. Yeah. Benne seeds. From the South, Benne cookies, Benne wafers, something like that. And when I say South, I mean South America. No. United States, South. Probably Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, something like that. Who knows for sure. But I'm going to continue melting this butter here, and I'll get back to you in just a few minutes. Okay, it's been a spell. And I can see, by stirring it, I can see some brown bits on the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. I'm going to keep the little sea foam on top. And I'm going to pour it into a bowl over here. I got me a trusty stainless steel. Right there. I'm going to pour it in. Hopefully do better than I did with the sesame seeds. Let's just do a little looky here. Scrape in the pan, getting all those brown milk solids in there. And I don't know, maybe I got mine a little bit darker than brown, but you know, full flavor. Full flavor. Alright. I think we're done with the pan now. Final scraping here. And also, as I like to say, we're done with the pre-cooking, you know. Next thing I think we do is we mix most of this together and throw in the oven to bake it. Right. So, let this cool for 10 to 15 minutes. But, maybe we'll head on over to the tahini. Do a little tutorial on that. In case you haven't used tahini per se. Let's see. Wipe that off, leave it here. Hot. Sesame seeds hot. Tahini is right here, okay? And so, different kinds of brands, but this is true of all tahinis, I'm pretty sure, unless there's something special in them, is that they can separate. And this isn't a shake. You see? You can see that oily there. There's a solid below it. And so I'm going to go ahead and get me a stainless steel butter knife here. And make sure it's clean. And you can see oily. And then, oh, tahini sauce stuck underneath. Well, not sauce, but chunks. Yeah, see that? So, this right here, you just want to start mixing. Don't splash that oil out because you need all of it. But go down the side maybe. And gently incorporate that. Now I'm going to work this, let the other stuff cool over there, and when I get back here, magically I'll make this into a nice smooth paste. Blend it together, not a bunch of chunks, and we'll continue. Yeah. Alright, so several hours later, I got a nice paste that I can really stir it up here without having to worry about any of the oils blopping outside of the jar. And this tahini has been reconstituted back to a mixture instead of a separation. Alright, but with that being said, we don't need it yet, so I'll set that aside. And what we'll use now is another bowl, and this is going to be our flour. So I needed a cup. If you're using this, if you're just doing one portion of this, a cup of flour. But if you're like me doubling it, you need 2 cups of flour, all-purpose. And so give me some measuring going on here. And hope I got enough flour, because I'm not going to be able to go to the store at night. And I hate winging things, so 1 cup coming up. No packing, no sifting. 1 cup there. And go back in for my second cup of flour. Man, that butter smells delicious. If I only had, like, lobster tail, some cloves of garlic, I'd be doing a whole different thing. And probably not share that, I'll just make some lobster swimming in garlic butter sauce. Probably some parsley too. Alright. So, we got our 2 cups of flour in the mix there. And what we're going to whisk to that is our baking soda. So, 1/4 teaspoon is a normal one. What we're doing here is going to be a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. If I can get to it here. Don't wanna jip my baking soda. Let me dump in here and get it real nice. There we go. Nice, full-ish 1/2 teaspoon. Bam. Now then, what we do with this little mixture is whisk it together. Ah, the birds again. Okay, and we will set this here aside. Make sure you scrape the bottom when you whisk together, right? Alright, set aside. Okay, so I got my cooled off butter mixture here. I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of the tahini paste. If you're doubling it, it's 1/2 cup. If you're not doubling it, it's a 1/4 cup. So just pour it out here. Nice and thick like. Right, and just kind of scrape this off like so. Even though I'm pouring here and use this to scrape out my 1/2 cup. And then you whisk it together. Of course, sometimes it takes a little time getting all that goodness out of the bottom of a measuring vessel. Let's see here. Right, that is good enough, I think. Set that aside there in the washer, in the sink. Okay, to add to this here, we're going to add our salt. 1/4 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon if you're doubling stuff. Salty, salty. And we want to add our sugar. We have a 1 cup of sugar, and if you're doubling it like I am, you want 2 cups of this Turabino sugar. But as I've found, this stuff here is hard as a rock. So we're going to do a little trick with this, hopefully, that works. First of all, open it. It's brand new. Take a look inside and be, yeah, it's hard. Then I'm going to find a nice, clean paper towel. Add some moisture to it. Right? And, just a little dampen it, squeeze it out. It's this little damp thing. And fan it out some. I'm going to put it in this bag here. I'm going to go to the microwave and give it a little nuke. And hopefully what happens is what I get. Say 10 seconds. Meanwhile, I got my measuring cup ready. And a whisk a little bit more. Okay, let's check this thing out. Nope. Give it 15 seconds. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a big sweet piece of candy in there. Alright. Take it out. And just as I thought, it's still hard as a rock. So, plan B. First of all, I'll take this hot steaming rag out because it's hot. Set it aside somewhere safely. And I'll get me a big stainless steel spoon. And see how this top part is. Oh, this top part's nice and pliable. So, I'm just going to go ahead and ever so slightly scrape out this pliable sugar into my measuring cup and repeat. Right like this. Right until you get 1 cup filled to the brim. Sprinkle it in there as you're whisking. And after I get this incorporated, I will go on to my second cup. Scoop by scoop. You get the idea. And second scoop. Second cup. Whisk it in. A couple of chunks in there. I want to try to get some good attention to those chunks. And this here is not going to be a liquid per se anymore. It's going to work a slush. A nice buttery, sweet smelling slush. Alright. Caged ingredients. Out. Okay. I think we're done with the whisk. Next is going to be the spoon. So let me do a little cleanup and I'll get back. Okay, so I thought I was done with the whisk, but I'm not. What we do now is we actually whisk in 2 eggs. If you're not doubling it, it's only 1 egg. Alright, but I'm going to whisk these little puppies in there. All their eggy goodness. I'm going to try to scrape this a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Whisk in there. I'm going to do it till I don't see the egg anymore. Or close enough. Then I can get rid of whisk. Yeah. And I will put in the tahini, the sesame seeds. I'll stir them in with a spatula. Scraping the bottom and the sides as much as possible. Yeah. Or just pour them in and stir afterwards. Almost like a fold in. I'm going to try to scrape the bottom, the sides, and bring it to the top. And last but not least, I'm going to switch to the power of the wooden spoon because I I just don't believe in the strength of my silicone spatula here, and I don't want to make it cry, so 1 spoon here, and mix in the flour baking soda mixture. Maybe I'll just do this step by step. Right now, so as good as the research is on the internet, where everyone gets their information from just about anymore, you understand this here's going to have like a little nutty flavor to it, perhaps. But if you have the peanut allergy, hopefully it doesn't bother you. I mean, don't take my word for it, except for I believe something about how peanuts are legumes, and sesame seeds or Benne seeds are seeds. All right, different plant life. Okay, stir this up. I can tell right now, since I see just too much white flour, I'm need to stir more. Oh. Need some stirring music. Alright, well, just like the tahini paste, I'm going to stir this and blend it nicely and get back. Okay, so there we got a nice thick dough of sorts. A little bit crumbly still, but somewhat moist. And now we got to get 60 1-inch balls. They said about a tablespoonful. So I'll do a tablespoon here, something like that. Put in your hands, kind of roll it around, and give it a little squeeze, because I'm just getting crumbles when I roll it. So I'm going to squeeze a little ball and pop it on the sheet over here, like so. This is where like I don't know, maybe a scoop might come in handy. Earthquake. So we got like that, and then what we do here is we press it down to a 1/4 inch thickness. Okay. Not exactly round, but pretty close to a 1/4 inch. And these here will go in the oven. Let's see here. Oven. For 12 to 14 minutes until they're light golden brown at the edges. And you're also switching and rotating the sheets halfway through. I put the sheets at the upper part of the oven, not at the bottom. Although I think this oven doesn't matter because it actually heats, I think, in 3 ways. Let it cool for 5 minutes on the sheet, then move to a wire rack to cool completely. And the temperature is 350 degrees. And as you can see, I got parchment paper here that I've used. So I'm going to get another scoop here. Crush it into a 1-inch ball. And plop it down. This seems to have more than enough oil in it to keep it from sticking to your hands. Right? So, I'll make some more balls, smash them, and get that oven going. And who knows? One of these days I'll find make a completely round cookie. So, onward. Alright, and here is the finished product. And yeah, interesting. So as you can see, there's kind of like one missing here. And so I've got them in the oven. I did a little bit longer, like I swapped the trays about halfway through, which I actually had 3 trays in this one, but I swapped 2 of the bottom ones. And I let it go the rest of the time. I added on a couple of minutes to make sure it went about the 14, maybe 15 minutes even. And then brought them out, cooled in the pan for about 5 minutes, put them on here to cool off, and I snacked on one there. And it has a nice crunch to it, which I think is between that sugar, like they said, that sugar being a slight crystal, bigger crystals, and then of course all the sesame seeds in there, the Benne seeds. Makes it like kind of a crunchy little cookie. And the only thing is, so I got this here, there's a batch over here, alright, and then in the oven I got 2 more, just not 2 batches, just 2 more cookies, waste not, want not, and so single recipe should have been 30, doubling it should have been 60, I think I counted 47. And I mean, looking at them, I mean, I don't know, this one's a little bit, maybe, this is probably about an inch ball smashed, maybe it's a little bit bigger, but you get it, cookies are hard. So I'm going to package these up and take them to the party and try to see if I can hear what everyone else says about them too. Then I'll come back for the end cap. Alright, so there's a little end cap here. Take this, a good amount of these cookies, these wafers to a party. Has people, trying them out. Didn't tell them what I was doing, type of thing. But and what I got back was let them said they're good. They're good. And I'm like, okay, well, don't hurt my feelings. And they are, I believe, like I said, I'm going back to the health benefits of what sesame seeds can do for you. I could probably dip this in my tea in the morning, and that'd be good, which I'll do in a few minutes. But I'm not going to tell you about that. And overall, though, you don't judge a book by one recipe, a cookbook by one recipe, right? Because on the next page it could be something like this, Brazilian chocolate fudge. I'll add balls since it looks like balls. You have a nice index in the back here that goes through the. You look up a recipe by ingredient, and by what's called too. So like you got like here beef ground, and then you have different things that use the ground beef in the book here. Black beans, noodles, black-eyed peas, and this book here though is great, I think, because one thing I do like here's jerk roasted chicken. There seems to be a lot of flavors built in this book. There also seems to be worldly. Here's some fish tacos. It's like we're using, I'm not making that. Some salads here. So we got a pizza. There's like a section. I think there's a section for pizzas in here. Boiled bright salad for suppers. Yeah, so super salads is right here. And so the cookies. The cookies came out well. Depending on how much you bake. If you overbake a little bit, they're more harder, crunchier. If you bake them just right in the nice zone there, they're nice, soft, and chewy. So that might help too. And you can tell, of course, by how dark it is. We got here garlic and cilantro soup. That sounds good and healthy. So, 3 cup chicken. 3 cups chicken. Pasta with brown butter. I've made brown butter before. Yeah, in fact, I did it for this recipe pretty much. Pork schnitzel on bread, maybe a sandwich. And so some German there with the schnitzel. Sesame stir-fried pork. So we got some stir-fries. They're quick to do. Black bean noodles. I had some of those floating around somewhere in my house. And that's another thing too. Most ingredients here you might find in your pantry already, but some you might have to go out to. It depends on what kind of a kitchen you hold. Like I know there's soba noodles in here. I have soba noodles just hanging around. So I used to do more Japanese food cooking. And yeah, so shrimp tamarind, I think. It's got half shrimp still. So I'm going to say that this here is a cookbook that will go back up on the shelf to try another day. Pretty solid, hardbound, solid. Recipes inside probably solid too, the rest of them. And if you have any questions or comments, ask away. And if you have a cookbook out there you'd like me to do a review on, get it. This one here originally was, I think like 17. No, it was $35 originally. And I can still find this, secondhand places, for cheaper. But there you go. Milk Street, Tuesday nights. Christopher Kimball and the rest of the crew at Milk Street. So thanks for watching, and I'll be posting this shortly, hopefully.